Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? So, how are you doing today? So, I guess no one really have a question today. At least I couldn't find any in the group. So, today I want to talk about the content, about content creation and why it's important to have us to create the content and all the things you can actually do with the content. So, like for example, my weekly show is some kind of content. It's a free content that I use to actually build my Facebook page and Facebook groups and Facebook, create my podcast, build up my SoundCloud account and build up my YouTube account. So I'm kind of fairly new because this is only 9th episode and I can't believe I've been doing it for 2 months now. And so why would you need a content? Because people like to, if before they buy something from you, they want to see who you are and what you do, and they learn it by watching and listening and reading your content. And places like YouTube, Facebook, and Google, they exist because of you and because of your content. And if you are not creating content for your pages or for your website, they're not really rewarding you. So you can create a page and it doesn't mean it's actually going to do anything unless you actually put something on it. And all these social media platforms, they work based on algorithms. Algorithms? I don't know how to say. So basically, and so the more content and the more good content you provide, more people like it, share it, comment on it, the more points you get from all those platforms. And even though if you are not really like a building business or you are not really there yet, creating and putting out content is a really good thing, especially let's say if in 6 months you finally decide to put something out, like your services, you already have some kind of following. People already know what you do and what you offer and what your prices are and what your capabilities are. Like for example, for me, it's lots of people still don't really know what I do, especially people in my family. And I did, in the past, I did get lots of clients by word of mouth. They basically, someone who I used to work with or working with, they're recommending me. And that's how I got the clients. Like, for example, these days I do get clients through recommendation, plus I get it through putting out the content. And like, especially this group is something I like to share my knowledge, share things I know how to do, and kind of build my expertise about different things. And another thing is by creating content, you actually learn about yourself as well. Like when I first started my business as a virtual assistant, I didn't know where to go and what to do, where to start, and so and so. So what I did, I just created for myself. I created for myself like a simple web page on WordPress, and I listed everything I can do. Not everything I love to do, but pretty much everything I do, I can do. Like I can create emails, I can create different sales funnels, I can create websites, I can work with WordPress, Kajabi, I can do audio, video editing, graphics, and all sorts of stuff. And I provided like a portfolio of things I've created. And from there, I got my first clients. And then when I start to actually work more and more with these things, then I first of all, I learned new things I can do. So I started to add things to the list. At the same time, I started to remove a few things because I didn't enjoy doing them. So I actually could start choosing things I offer to people. And as well, the more you create content, like for example, when I did my 10 days Facebook Live mastery thing about 10 weeks ago, I did it just to learn to get comfortable with doing Facebook Lives. And so I created 10 videos that I can use as free opt-in for something. And at the same time, I actually learned that I like doing Facebook Lives. And after 10 days, I kind of felt lonely that I don't do them anymore. So I created my weekly show. And at the same time, to have weekly show is the easiest thing for me to do. And from the weekly show, I can create podcast, I can build my YouTube channel, I can build my SoundCloud channel, and all the other places, and I can start creating blog posts from it. So basically, just from one video, like a 20-30 minute video, I create all those different things, and it's basically like a spider web. You are reaching out to more and more people. If you just create one piece of content, let's say a blog post, and it's just sit there on your website or somewhere, then you just created one piece of content, and it's not going to reach as many places as if you actually repurpose the content. You could actually as well create something for the Pinterest. You can repurpose then this content later on. Let's say I have as like when you don't have anything to post on your page and you haven't done really much lately, then you can actually repurpose that content you've done like a year ago to build up your social media presence, because people who are following maybe today didn't follow you last year, and then there are not that many people who actually find you and then go back like a year ago looking for something you've done there. They usually, when they start following you from the point forward, and instead of like doing the same like show about the same thing, you just repurpose the show episode you did a year ago, and the same with all the other. And especially if you just create a website for yourself and you start to add different blog posts and regular articles to your content, to your website, Google really likes that. And it's especially if you're using lots of keywords that are represents your business. Google likes that, and it starts to I forgot what was the word Google does. They basically push your website up to the search, Google search, and all the other websites and all the other search engines. So basically, that's another reason why you need to start to create content. And especially you can use your free content to sell your services, to sell your products. Let's say if you add your your show. Let's say, for example, I add my show to the YouTube channel. And let's say today I'm talking about content creation. Why is it important to create content, and what kind of content I can create? I could actually create like a class from it, or I can create or I can offer services to help you kind of manage like social media content. And so basically I add link into the description for the services. And even so, if someone looks watches my episode year from now, I still make sure that the link I'm posting is still valid. So basically, like, this episode could bring me clients from year now. It's almost like a small sales funnel that's kind of evergreen, unless you oh, I'm talking too fast. Unless you are la, 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 la. Unless you change the domain names and the link is not valid anymore. And so yeah, so if you don't really have questions, yeah, I don't see any questions, and I'm gonna cut it short today, because yeah, and if you have questions, ask in a group or email me or at Liga at ligasbiz.com, and I can respond to the questions in the group or any other way. So yeah, get to work, start create your content. Your content can be weekly shows, your content be blog posts, your content can be graphics, different graphics. And especially if you are adding content straight to the Facebook, like for the weekly show, make sure you download all the content, because technically Facebook kind of owns your content. And if Facebook suddenly decides that it closes its business, then you kind of lost all your content. So make sure you save that as well. And all the articles as well, the things you post on your website, please save it. Please keep it safe. Otherwise, if you're changing websites and you're changing or you're, I don't know, I never heard that hosting goes down, but it happens, then you can lose that too. And especially it's easier to repurpose content sometimes if it's already pulled down, and things like that. So yeah, if you have any questions, post in a group, and I'll see you soon sometime again. Bye bye.